afternoon everybody, welcome to the Big Fella Stadium. First time back here in a month for today's Kingston Press Championship match between the Feathersone Rovers and Workington Town. Rundown of the team news for you first of all, starting with Workington. At full back is number 1 Jack Murphy. The 3 quarters are number 2 Sam Forrester, number 3 Jason Mossett, number 4 is Perry Whiteley, and number 5 is Elliot Miller. In the halves, number 33 is Jamie Duran and number 7 is Carl Forber. In the front row, number 19 is Tom Walker, alongside number 10 Mark Shackley, and in between those two is number 9 Graham Mattinson. In the second row, number 11 is Brett Phillips, alongside number 16 Kurt Horton, and the loose forward, number 25 is Stevie Scully. On the bench for the Workington Town is Lato Fafita, wearing 17, number 8 is Chris Coward, 14 the rotating hooker is Callum Phillips, and number 5 is Brett Carter. 3 changes for Rovers from last time out. Sees Mendika, Baldwinson and Rennie May Tour all missing out today. In come Nathan Chappell, Paul Wood and Jack Bussey. So Rovers line up at full back is number 21, switching back from the wing last time out is Jai Hitchcock. In the 3 quarters, number 5 is Ben Blackmore, number 1 is Ian Hardman, coming in for James Mendika is number 3 Nathan Chappell, and number 4 is Thomas Minns. The half-backs is number 6 Paul Sykes and number 7 Gareth Moore. In the front row, number 10, coming back, first match back after 4 weeks out, in for Jordan Baldwinson comes Paul Wood, and he's alongside number 17 Matt James. In between those two is hooker number 9 Andy Ellis. In the second row for Rovers is number 18 Jamie Cording, and Rennie May Tour picked up a knock last week up at Whitehaven. He is replaced by Alex Foster, and the loose forward today is number 13 Tim Spears. On the bench for Rovers this afternoon, number 31 is Remy Marginet, number 16 Andy Bostock, number 30 is Gareth Carvel, and number 15 is Jack Bussey. And today's match referee is Joe Cobb. And now time to go down to the touchline to hear the thoughts of Rovers coach Andy Hay ahead of today's match against Workington Town. Andy, first match back at the Big Fella Stadium in a month. What are your thoughts on today's match, please?
Yeah, it's I'm excited to be back. It seems a little bit strange, to be honest. All the usual rituals you go through and everything everybody has to do on a game day, a little bit different again. So looking forward to a big game, looking forward to strong opposition. There's some big guys in this Workington team, and we're looking forward to getting the win.
Jordan Baldwinson misses his first match of the year today. Is he rested for today?
Well, a little and yes and no. He got a tough bang last week. I don't know if many people saw it, but he toughed it out. He stayed on the field and he got a knock in his shoulder. He took a whack to his head as well and his neck. So he probably couldn't have played. He would have if we'd have needed him and if we were desperate, and he put his hand up, but I don't think he would have been fit. But we've welcomed Paul Wood back, so it was a timely change.
How big a boost did it to have Paul Wood back? I did look a nasty injury at the time it happened.
Yeah, it's 4 to 6 weeks and he's just gone the 4 weeks, so he's trained last week, come through everything we've put him through, so he's ready to play. So we're looking forward to getting him back on the field, and he was good for us that early part of the year, and we can't wait to get him back.
Still got 4 players in the squad who haven't missed a game this year. Is that where you're looking to build a nucleus and a spine around those players?
No, I said right from the start, if people are playing well, they'll stay in the team, and those guys have been playing well, but we need the players to perform week in, week out, and if they do, they'll keep the shirt. The guys today, they're in with a shout, they'll keep the shirt for next week if they do, but they've got people like Jordan Baldwinson missing out, and James Mendika came back last week and he's missing out today, so there's a lot of players waiting in the wings to perform and get their hands on a Rovers shirt, and it's up to the guys in front of them and we're in the team to perform as well and keep the place.
Rovers without a win down here since the 28th of September last year. Just how much is that weighing on the mind of the players, and how important is it to get to that first victory?
Yeah, it's important to get the first victory. I don't think it's weighing on the players' minds too much. I think we're due a performance. We're due a performance at home, and they deserve it. The players have been working hard on and off the field. They're coming together quite well. Rennie Matua's missed out today as well with a an ankle injury he got in the first half last week, which, again, he could have probably played 50% fit, but there's no point. And we've got some bigger games coming up, but today I think the guys are ready to get a performance and give a good showing at home.
Also, another reason it's important to get the win today, you've got a tough run of games coming up over the next few weeks, a tough run of away games as well.
Yeah, we've got 2 big games coming into the Challenge Cup, so we're looking at today's and London's game as a little 2-game block, and then we're going into the Challenge Cup. But this is an important game. They all are this year. 2 points at home and getting our record kick-start at home as well. For various reasons, this is important to us. We'll look at London next week, but obviously going down to London, I thought I'll touch on it again. That was our most disappointing performance of the season, playing London, and we need to make amends for that as well.
We'll have a point to prove next week then.
Definitely, yeah.
Andy, thanks for your time.
No worries, thank you.
Interesting to hear the thoughts of Andy Hay ahead of today's match. No Joe today, unfortunately. He's doing a report for the local rag up in Cumbria. So delighted to welcome up onto gantry today Jordan Baldwinson.
It's going to be a pleasure today. Looking forward to this game. Unfortunately, I can't play today, mate, due to a shoulder injury, but hopefully I should be right as rain for next week, mate.
What are your thoughts ahead of this match? It's the first match of the season. Rovers still looking for the home win.
Yeah, I think the boys are really confident today. Watching them training, they've had a really good, strong week of training this week, and the boys are really wanting to put a good shift in today. To give the home fans a bit of something to shout about and a bit of something to cheer about. I know that the boys are really focused on this game, and it's a massive 2 points.
Rovers, interesting team news. Rennie Maitour, unfortunately, like yourself, is missing out.
Yeah.
How big a blow is that for the team?
Well, obviously, Rennie Maitour was a massive star for us, and he is going to be a big blow. But I know that the boys that are going to fill in for him are going to be just as good. I know that Alex Foster will really rip in today, and he'll show him what he's made of today. Obviously, I'd love to play. I'd love to be out there with the boys, but unfortunately, it's one of them risks that I can't take today because I understand that we've got a few big games coming up, mate. So. I think it's not really worth risking to make anything a bit worse, so I'm going to keep it safe this week, mate, and hopefully rock and roll next week.
Indeed. Joe Cobb's the referee today. It can be a bit of a controversial referee at times, can Mr. Cobb, but Rovers just need to concentrate on their own game plan. How important is discipline today?
Oh, it's massive, is discipline today, man. We've been speaking about this a lot in the video room, and we know that we give 2 penalties away and it kills us, and that's when we get points scored on us. So I think discipline's a massive one today, mate. I think we need to really knuckle down. We need to be clean. We need to be squeaky clean, and we need to make sure that we put some pressure on it in their half and we play up at their side of the field, mate. What's right, mate?
So Rovers just leaving the field for their final preparations in the dressing room. What do you say in those last minutes?
Well, basically Andy gives us a last talk, and obviously the boys get psyched up for the game. I know that I personally like to I like to get my playing kit on and like to warm my shoulders up, and then I'm ready to go, but I don't like to get too worked up. I know the boys like to stay calm in changing rooms, but I reckon it'll be quite a calm atmosphere in changing rooms today, Ben. I don't think that we'll be too nervous. I think we need to come out, we need to be confident, we need to make sure that we get these 2 points today.
Just how much can you take from the away form this year coming into a match like this?
Well, definitely. For some reason, we seem to be stronger away than we are at home. I think it needs to change because we've got a lot of home games coming up. We've got a lot of big away games coming up as well. So hopefully, with the away that we're going and going away, that we seem to be winning quite well. So hopefully we can go to Catalan, we can go to London, and we can beat these teams this time.
Is there a different mentality for the home games than there is for the away games when you're coming in expected to win at home, maybe?
Well, exactly. There's a lot of pressure coming home, and we know that we need to be winning at home. There's no excuses for us past performances at home, and it's not been good enough, to be honest. And we deserve to give the fans a better game than what we have been. So obviously the boys are going to come out today. They're going to come out firing, and I think we've got 2 points today. I think we're going to have our first home win.
Yeah, just a quick rundown of the 2 teams first of all again for you. For Workington, first of all, number 1 is Jack Murphy at fullback. In the 3 quarters, number 2 is Sam Forrester. Number 3 is Jason Mossop. Number 4 is Perry Whiteley, and number 2 is Elliot Miller. In the halves, number 33 is Jamie Duran, and number 7 Carl Forber. In the front row is number 8 Tom Walker alongside number 10 Mark Shackley. Sorry, Tom Walker wearing 19. In between those two is number 9 Graham Mattinson. In the second row is number 11 Brett Phillips and number 16 Kurt Horton. And in the loose forward, number 25 is Stevie Scully. On the bench for Workington Town, number 17 is Lato Fafita. Number 8 Chris Coward. Number 14 Callum Phillips. And number 5 is Brett Carter. The Rovers sees 3 changes from last time out. Mendika, Brenny Maytua and also Jordan alongside me drop out today. In comes Nathan Chappell, Paul Wood and Alex Foster. Rovers line up at fullback. Number 1 Jai Hitchcock switching back to fullback from the wing last time out. In the 3 quarters, number 5 is Ben Blackmore. Number 1 is Ian Hardman. Coming in for James Mendika is number 3 Nathan Chappell and number 4 Thomas Minns. In the halves, number 6 is Paul Sykes and number 7 is Gareth Moore. Number 10 for Rovers in that front row, replacing Jordan, who misses his first match this year, comes Paul Wood, alongside number 17 Matt James. And in between those two, number 9 is Andy Ellis. In the second row, number 18 is Jamie Cording alongside number 19 Alex Foster, who comes in for Rennie Maytua. And the loose forward is number 13 Tim Spears. On the bench for Rovers this afternoon, number 31 is Remy Marginet. Number 16 is Andy Bostock. Number 30 making his home debut is Gareth Carvel. And number 15 is Jack Bussick. And today's match referee is Mr. Joe Cobb. Jordan, just how important are the halfbacks in this team?
Oh, they're a massive part of this team. Without the halfbacks, we wouldn't know where to go, what to do. And the boys, I know that Gazmo, ever since he's been coming back, because he hasn't played many games, but ever since he's back, we seem to have more direction on the field. I think it's going to play a massive part today. I think they're going to lead us today. I think we're going to score some big points as well today.
They're developing a really good understanding between the two of them as well, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think a little thing that's helped is the fact that Rennie Matua's come in and he's kind of like strengthened up that edge. And obviously it gives Paul Sykes and Gazmo a bit more to play with. To be honest. So I think they're going to play a big part in today's game, mate. So we'll see what happens. But I think we've got the 2 points in the bag personally.
It'll be Workington Town who'll get first use of the ball, playing away towards the new stand in this what is now looking a fantastic stadium now, into with that new stand away to the left.
It looks absolutely brilliant, mate, and it's a credit to the Rovers for. And the fans for getting behind the boys and getting such a great thing built up, and it looks absolutely marvellous, mate.
So Paul Sykes with that kick-off then. It's taken by Workington Town, and here comes that first drive now. But good defence there from Matt James. Where do you see the dangers in this Workington Town team?
Well, looking at them, Ben, they look very big, so I reckon they're going to be quite physical. We've been watching them in video, and they do play around a bit. And I know a few of the boys, and I've been speaking to Liam McAvoy, who actually isn't playing today, but he says that they've got some good go forward, and I reckon that they're going to be quite strong down the middle. So we're going to have to tighten up in the middle, and we're going to really have to dominate today.
Matt James and Ian Hardman dominating in that tackle there alongside Jamie Cording. So Workington then just outside their own 20. Mattinson moves that ball inside, but good defence from Rovers. 3-4 players in the tackle. That's what you want to see early doors, getting the pressure on in that first early set. The ball's come free, but it's a kick over the top.
Need a good kick return now, Ben. Let's see what Minns has got here.
Thomas Minns scored a fantastic try last week up at Whitehaven. Almost Will Sharp-esque, and a good return from Minns there. But a good defence by Tom Walker to snuff that play out. Rovers starting on their own 20 now. Here goes Hitchcock. Stumbles, but able to retrieve the situation and get away well. Rovers so strong in that back line, and the back three especially, Hitchcock, Sharp, and Minns today, and Ben Blackmore as well, Jordan.
Absolutely, Ben. And you know, with me being brilliant play.
Here's Sykes, Paul Sykes away. He's got Gareth Moore in support. That looked a bit high to me.
Like you say, Ben, there you go. That just come off the back of Ben Blackmore's carry. Really fast play of the ball, really strong, and we're shifting it wide now with Hardman.
Hardman's away down the right. Good defence though from Workington. Blackmore is acting halfback. Takes on that short side. That tackle is taken. Hardman now. He'll try on down the short side as well. Is he over?
Great strike.
It's Ian Hardman for Rovers. It's the first points of the afternoon. We're barely 3 minutes in.
Great start, absolutely brilliant start, Ben. That's what we needed, mate. That's what we needed. We need to start fast, and we've got the points on the board already. Great start.
Two short side plays. First from Ben Blackmore, then Ian Hardman as well. Hardman showing the strength to get over in the corner. A perfect start for Rovers, Jordan.
Absolutely, mate. And like I was saying earlier, the back three players, I mean, we've got the likes of Jai Hitchcock and Ben Blackmore and Will Sharper, who isn't actually playing today, but as a forward, personally, I absolutely love coming off the back of them boys, because they always get quick play of the balls. They're strong, they're fast, they're down, they're on the front and they're up and they're playing ball, and it's brilliant to be coming off the back of that.
A perfect start for Rovers then in this corner. Gareth Moore, just over 100 goals now for Rovers. He's been, in his Rovers career, has been a prolific kicker. And here comes his conversion attempt now. The kick is taken. It's gone across the face, so no goal to conversion. But a perfect start for Rovers. Feathersone Rovers 4, Workington Town 0.
What we needed, Ben, we needed a really good strong start, and I think we've got it here.
The key to this though, Jordan, you've got to, the first set after you score a try, got to control the set, get a good kick away and get the territory now.
100%, mate, and I know that Sykesy and guys will be calling completion sets here. They'll be calling flat and fast sets, and they want us to get forward. Nothing stupid, let's just complete, get down the end of the field and let's put some pressure on.
That's a good return from the kick-off for Rovers. They're on the 10-metre line. Rovers working out then from their own 10-metre area, trying to get that territory for a good possession. And here's Matt James, I think it is. Can't see from over here.
I think it is, mate, yeah.
Matt James sporting a headband today. Through the hands of Moore to Sykes, an inside pass to Paul Wood. A big boost having Paul Wood back so soon after his injury, Jordan.
Absolutely massive for us, Ben. He's been a great player for us so far, and I think he's going to really take us forward. He's he's one of the leaders in the pack, and I think he's going to really bring something today.
Has he helped you with your game when you've been coming forward, bringing him played such experience into the team to help you in your career?
Absolutely, mate, and he's such a great lad as well. He's not just a role model to me and the other boys, but he's also a good mate, and he likes a good laugh as well with the boys. I really like Paul, and he's really brought my game on, so I'm just enjoying playing alongside him, mate.
Here are Workington Town in possession, just inside their own 40. Mattinson moves it out to that right-hand side now. It's Sam Forrester. Going down that short side, Workington. But good defence from Rovers, snuffing that tackle out.
We seem to be in control so far, Ben. Let's hope we can keep it up.
Indeed, Workington then just inside the Rovers half, but good defence again from Rovers. Wrapping up. That's the last tackle. Rovers limiting Workington to just inside the Rovers half, and there's a kick through. It's a charge down, is it? What's the referee said? He said it's still 5. That's a over the top, but well, what a take from Hitchcock. Hitchcock in the way. Jay Hitchcock in the way. Hitchcock's for the line. Nobody's going to stop him. That is absolutely sensational.
Brilliant try from Jai there, Ben. Absolutely brilliant, and that just goes to show how strong and fast he is, mate. That's what you get when you've got someone like Jai Hitchcock returning the ball. We score like that, it gives us a massive head up.
Surprisingly enough, Jordan, that is Jai Hitchcock's first try for Rovers, and what a way to get it as well.
It actually is, mate, and I remember in the video last week we were having a good laugh about him because he got a try disallowed last week. But no, full credit to him, he deserves it, and the way he carries the ball back is absolutely brilliant, so fair play to Jai.
He's such a strong returner of the ball as well. When he brings that ball out from fullback, from the kicks, so direct, and the handoff he's got is awesome, isn't it?
It is, mate, and obviously he's got that experience with playing over in Australia, and I understand that he's been playing at top levels as well, so he's going to know what to do and where to go. But it's just the way that he carries the ball back, man. It's really strong, he's really fast, and he's an handful to stop, mate.
Spinning out of the tackle just inside his own 30 and going the full length of the field, Jai Hitchcock's outpacing this Workington side. An absolutely superb effort, and if you're going to when you get your first try, what a first try to get.
Absolutely, Ben. It was a great try. Let's just hope now we can get this ball back and we can complete and we can pile some more pressure on, because so far so good to me.
An opportunity here as Gasmore does convert, no problem with that one. An opportunity to boost that points difference, which, to be fair, at home so far this season has taken a battering.
Well, that's what we need to do, Ben, mate. We need to really stay on top of this now. We can't let it slip. Let's be honest, at least we had a good start, and in the second half we really let ourselves down. And hopefully now I think we've got our head screwed on. We know what we need to do. We need to complete this. We need to complete these sets, and we need to get down that end. We need to put some pressure on and put Workington really under the pump.
And there is the kick-off from Workington's Jack Murphy with it. Juggled on that occasion, but it is taken. And Rovers now looking to work out from their own 20 again. A commanding lead with just under 10 minutes gone here at the Big Fellas. Rovers leading by 10 points to 0, and here comes Matt James to now. That's another good drive from Matt James. How important is it to work hard in the forwards and get that territory in the forwards for your halves to work off it as well?
Oh, it's massive, Ben. As we all know that, we set the platform for the backs. Really, I like the old saying as the forwards win is the game, the backs determine how much by. So, like I say, we need to get the boys forward. We need to get them in that good field position, and then we need to listen to our halfbacks, recoil the players, and then we need to do them and execute them well.
Gareth Moore with a penalty there for holding down, but it's good territory. Rovers 35 metres out now. Here's that first drive from a player you'll know very well. Alex Foster is also a young Leeds lad as well.
Oh, he works so hard, but he really does deserve everything that he gets as Fozzie. I think that he goes quite unnoticed sometimes, because the amount of work that he puts in, mate, is unbelievable. He's always the top tackler every week, and he's always winning his tackles. So I think he's got a great future as Fozzie, and I'm glad to see that I play alongside him, mate.
Here's Hardman then. Just inside the Workington 20 again. Blackmore waits it at in half-back. Will he try the short side again, or will he move in field? He goes in field to Sykes now. Sykes shows it twice, finds Moore. Moore dances away.
Nearly there,
but
Ben,
good defence. Down the short side then with Sykes. Moves that ball out to Nathan Chappell.
Can he get it away? No. Take the tackle.
Nathan Chappell, that's Rovers camps, and Andy Ellis.
Oh, is he
over? He is, Andy Ellis from Acton half-back. Superbly moved out to the left-hand side. And the tackle was taken, and Andy Ellis, quick thinking.
Absolutely brilliant thinking, Ben, by Andy Ellis there. And you know what, he's like that every week. He never fails to impress me. And I'm always loving the passes he gives me, always 100% on target every time. He's a very safe, strong player, and I really rate him.
Such a sharp mind, hasn't he, Andy Ellis, to spot that opportunity from acting halfback so quickly.
He has, and let's be honest as well. The power to get over there and to get the ball down was obviously very, very good. So fair play to Andy Ellis there with a great try and a great thinking by Andy Ellis.
Rovers well in control with barely 10 minutes on the clock, and Rovers already 3 tries over. They want that first win at home today, don't we?
Well, it's looking good, mate. So far, so good. We've got a good scoreline now, so we need to really keep it on. We need to keep pounding pressure on. I think the back three so far have been absolutely marvellous. We need to keep them boys going, and the forwards are just rolling downfield. So, so far, so good, Ben.
Moore with the conversion attempt. It's good.
It's really good.
So, 10 minutes on the clock. Feathersone Rovers 16. Workington Town 0. And now, Jordan, it's just about keeping that pressure on.
Like I say, I've said it over and over again, Ben, you know what we need to do. We need to complete, and it's been a massive thing for us. And I think also we need to make sure we're squeaky clean with our penalties now, mate. No penalties, nothing silly. Because to me, it looked like Workington are quite under pump. They'll start getting fatigued now, and I think that our boys will really run away with this. Let's just see what happens.
An opportunity here for what should be a really big win here for Rovers as Chappell returns that ball. Rovers needing the points difference boosted today, and a great opportunity to do that ahead of some big games. Here's Matt James. James is through 2. Looks for the offload to Moore. He gets it. Moore now moves it inside to Tim Spears. Oh, Matt James just showing his strength.
Carry. Great carry that by Matt James. If you notice there, he used the unders line right behind the ruck. He used the grab line. Andy Ellis got the markers in tight. James hit that line. He's through. Brilliant carry.
Just inside the Workington Town half now. Here's Sykes. That ball's not on, is it? It is. So a first real mistake from Rovers. But if you're turning the ball over just inside the Workington 40, so chance finally see Workington Town in possession on offence.
We need that transition now, mate, from attack to defence. We need to make sure we put them on the backs, we slow their ruck down, and we're really dominant here. I think we need to make sure that we get as many numbers in as possible and slow that ruck down as slow as possible.
So the scrum forms will be Workington Town then, in possession. The ball is out, and here's the first chance to see Workington now, and it's Perry Whiteley. Massinson waits. He'll move that ball inside now. Just inside the Workington halfway mark, Shackley.
Let's give a penalty away, Ben.
And a penalty's been given. So Jordan mentioned the discipline there, but discipline letting Rovers down on that occasion. Workington, interestingly there, kicking towards the far side when they were nearer the near side. Maybe they've identified a weakness down that Rovers left.
100%, Ben, and like I said, we need to stop giving these silly penalties away because we're just putting pressure on ourselves. We've got a great start, we've been dominant the whole start of the game, and now we've put ourselves under pressure because we give a silly penalty away. Oh, it looks like we've got the ball back now, Ben.
The ball's come loose there from Workington, so Rovers will restart this set. Hitchcock's in half, moves it out to right to Paul Wood, and that's the aggression that Paul Wood brings in attack. But great defence from Workington. Brett Phillips in there as well to push Hitchcock's back. Paul Wood back, Now a penalty for offside. So a relieving penalty for Rovers.
We needed that, Ben. We needed something to get us out of our own half there. We was a bit under pressure, but now we've got that penalty. Let's get down that side of the field. Let's put a good kick in and let's turn them around.
Great penalty there from Sykes. Gets Rovers to halfway. Hardman's tap finds Cording. Jamie Cording brings that ball forward.
He's been really impressive actually, Ben, as Jamie Cording. He's always there, he's up at front, he's always wanting the ball, he's keen and he's eager, and I know that Andy really rates him, so he's doing really well for us at the moment.
He's almost an unsung hero in a way, isn't he, is Jamie Cording?
He is, and every time I've ever spoke to the fans, they seem to absolutely love him, and he's a great lad as well, and he's a very humble player, so yeah, he's a great player, and I think he's doing really well for us so far, mate. He's having a great season.
More from that's in half, finds Sykes out the back door to Hitchcock. There's that fend that we talked about. Hitchcock,
such a struggle to put down, isn't he, Ben? He's such a struggle.
Such a strong player, Hitchcock, and Rovers attacking down that short side.
I think he's held up, is he?
He's held up.
He's held up.
Great defence from Workington Town, but Nathan Chappell, I think it was, who saw that opportunity down that short side, but good defence from Workington on that occasion. It was on the last, so it'll be the turnover.
This is where we need a big defensive set now, Ben. Look where they are. They're in their own 10 metres. We need at least 2-3 tackles in 20 metres. Put pressure on them and get them putting a poor kick away so we can return ball in their half.
If you're going to turn the ball over on the last tackle from being held up, it's done in the right place.
We'll give a penalty away, Ben, for offside. We really didn't need that, mate.
Another penalty from Mr. Cobb there, so it'll be a relieving penalty for Workington Town. And there is that penalty, gets them just up to their own 40. Rovers now need to keep the discipline, need to defend this set in the Workington half and pressure this Workington Town attack.
We've just completely let them off the pressure there, Ben. We had them in their own half, we had them in their own 20 and we were getting it in the faces. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's something silly. I think we're just being a bit over keen sometimes. We're just flying off our line before the ball's been played, and we need to make sure that we're being really controlled with that.
Here are Workington Town now then. It's the loose forward, Steve Scully gets them into the Rovers 40. Massinson waits. He moves that ball out to that right-hand side. Workington on the attack. It's Kurt Horton. And here are Workington Town again now. It's Mark Shackley. He's a big unit. Here are Workington. That's a good kick through. Has it come off? It's going to be scrum down head and feet to Workington Town.
This is where we really need to have a real big defensive line now here, mate. We need to really be strong. We can't let them cross here because we've had a great start. We don't want to let them creep in. If we let them score, mate, they'll get the tails up and they'll think they've got a chance here. We need to really be strong on that goal line here. One
of the biggest pluses from Rovers last week at Whitehaven up for the first 35 minutes was the goal line defence because they hammered us on that goal line.
Well, they did actually, and we're watching back on the review last week, and the effort on the goal line last week was absolutely unbelievable, mate. It was absolutely brilliant. So let's hope same again this week, Ben.
Here at Workington Town now, then attacking that Rovers line. It's Brett Phillips again. He's such one of the key player for Workington is Brett Phillips. And Mattinson waits now. He'll move that ball inside. Through the hands it goes. And it's the fullback Murphy. Takes on the line, but good defence from Rovers. Chappell in the tackle there. Alongside Matt James. Here's Shackley now. Rovers matching up to Workington at the moment on their own goal line. Workington Town still have tackles in hand though. Through the hands it goes again, Forber. But again, well wrapped up from Rovers. Great defence, great add on there by Paul Wood. You see, that's the difference. Winning that ruck, slowing it down, and everyone's getting set on our goal line. It was a great opportunity. Forber attacking that short side, but the pass just behind Workington players. We got a hand to it, did Rovers. So it's going to be head and feet to Workington, and another 6 on the Rovers line. And it's going to really take toll on us, is that, Ben? We've been on our goal line quite a while now, so hopefully the boys can pull together. We need to really slow this ruck down. We get the anchor call on and really slow it down, because we need the boys to be set on the goal. Everyone moving forward and then pushing on. So let's see what happens here. An attack down the short side again from Workington Town. Is he going in touch? No. Oh. Manages just to stay in the field of play there. Phillips takes on that Rovers line, but good defence on that occasion. Mattinson waits now. Through the hands it goes of Duran. But well wrapped up there by Rovers. We're looking strong on the goal line so far, Ben. Let's hope that we can keep them out here. Mattinson again comes down the left. Duran. Through the hands it goes. But Rovers again matching them. Held up a metre short, says the referee. Mattinson waits. Comes down that short side again. A better pass, and I fancy Workington Town might have been in then, Jordan. That was brilliant effort from Ben Blackmore there to rush up onto that player and really pressurise him to force that error. Well done, Ben Blackmore there, mate. Just how difficult is it to defend repeat sets on your own line like that? It is, mate. It really takes it out of you, and that's where you get the weak from the strong. And like I say, last week we were really strong on our goal line. We've been guilty of being quite weak on our goal line, and we really tightened it up this last week. And I think this week we're looking really strong, mate. Alex Foster in possession, plays that ball as Rovers make a change, and Matt James comes off. Looks like Bostock's come on. Let's hope he can add something now. He's a real battering ram, is Andy Bostock in that forward line for Rovers. He makes such good yards. He really is, mate, and he's got great light feet for such a big bloke as well. And the offload is a big part of his game as well, as Gareth Moore kicks over the top. He'll find touch. That's a great kick. Superb kick from Gareth Moore. That gives us a chance now, Ben, to get our forwards, give them a minute breather, get us head set, get everyone together. We need to get forward, we need to put some pressure on now. Look where we are on the field. This is a great chance to pile some real big pressure on them. Andy Bostock is a big unit to bring on. He's such an impact player off the bench, and that offload of his is so dangerous as well, Jordan. It really is, mate, and when he's close to the line, he's an hard person to stop. He's got great footwork, he's a big lad, and he carries that ball really hard. And I love being on the field with Bozzy. He's a great player, and when he gets that ball in his hand, he's a real threat. One of the Rovers' ever presence as well this season is Andy Bostock, both off the bench and in the first team. Shows just how valuable he is, and that's good defence from Rovers from that scrum base as well. So Workington now having to work out from their own 10. If Rovers can keep the discipline here and force Workington to kick from deep, they've got a real good attacking opportunity here. And here at Workington is Mattinson. That's a good drive from this near wing. Workington in their own 40, just. Good win by Alex Foster there. You see what he's done? He's slowed the play of the ball down, and all the boys have been able to get set, put some kick pressure on, and we can have a good kick return here with Jai and Blackie now. Here is Hitchcock, still offload to Blackmore, and Blackmore with that return now. Makes a good 15 metres before being wrapped up on that occasion by Carl Forber. And a knock on. He's given a knock on, but I didn't see that. A knock on is given by Mr. Cobb. That's a really big call. Giving Workington Town another opportunity to attack the Rovers line. Well, isn't it, Ben? It's giving them a sniff round our goal line, and we don't need to be doing that, you know. We need to be piling pressure on, and that was just a silly error by Blackmore. I know he's going to be trying to make up for that next set of play. So the scrum goes down then, 22 minutes on the clock. Feathersone Rovers 16, Workington Town 0. They're attacking down the short side again of Workington, but good defence from Rovers. Here's Forber, moves that on through the hands to Stevie Scully. Mattinson waits, he points to the right. And he comes to the left. Forber again. Almost through a gap, Carl Forber, but well wrapped up on that occasion. And another penalty is given. A hand in the tackle, sir, says Mr. Cobb. So the penalty is given, and here's Brett Phillips now.
This is really going to test our character, Ben. We've had a lot of goal line defensive sets now. Let's see if we can pull it out here.
Here's Forber. Through the hands it goes. Here's Jack Murphy. Here at Workington Town, then attacking that Rovers 10-metre area, but good defence again from Rovers. Andy Ellis in the tackle. Working out to that right-hand side, and there's the mistake. So the ball's come loose, and it'll be a scrum down head and feet to Rovers. So once again, the goal line defence is up to the task, and Rovers able to keep Workington out.
Well, it's absolutely brilliant so far. I mean, we must have had at least 5 sets on our goal line where we've been really under the pressure and we've come up with the ball. And that's what that's what we need to be doing against these good teams at like Lee and Bradford. We know that when we get under the pressure, we need to be up there with them. We need to be able to beat them. We need to be able to withstand our goal line. You know, that's what we need to do. We need to be strong on our goal line, talk and stick really tight as a unit.
Jack Bussey has come on for Rovers. He has replaced Paul Wood, who's taken a well-earned breather. A good first stint back for Paul Wood from injury. As Ian Hardman plays the ball to Ellis now. Here is Bussey. He's only a small unit, but he's strong in those forwards, isn't he?
Tell you what, Ben, he's absolutely 100% every time he plays, every time he trains, mate. And he's a great player. I really rate Bussey. He's an hard man to stop, and he's because he's such a short. He's such a stocky physique that he's really hard to defend. And that's a great offload, like I say.
Moore with a short kick through for Blackmore. Blackmore picks up. That is outstanding. Absolutely outstanding for Jamie Cording. Moore with a kick through for Blackmore. Blackmore with a kick through for Cording. And Cording able to go under the sticks. Rugby league of the highest quality. 25 minutes gone. Feathersone Rovers 20. Workington Town 0.
Did you see that brilliant kick through by Gaz, Ben? It was absolutely brilliant play. And Blackmore to be fast onto that, react to it, get the ball, and Cording pushing up in support on the inside. That's what good teams do, and we need to make sure that we're always there, we're always pushing through, mate, because that's where the tries come.
An outstanding effort there from Rovers. It's a beautiful team try it was, and here's going to be the conversion from Gareth Moore. Rovers with a 20-point lead and still 15 minutes left in the first half. So here is that conversion now. More successful again. 14 minutes left in the first half. Feathersone Rovers 22. Workington Town 0.
Plenty of minutes, Ben, to get some more points on the board, and let's go into that changing rooms with a bigger margin. So let's see what happens in this last few minutes.
And so Workington will be kicking off again then. Rovers playing down towards that Post Office Road end. And here is that kick-off. It's able to bounce on that occasion. It's bounced a couple of times. Blackmore able just to take that ball. And he will take that first tackle. Cording, attacking halfback, takes on the line himself. Ellis now, here's Tim Spears. So that's a good drive from Tim Spears, good meters made. Jack Bussey waits to the right, Andy Bostock to the left. Ellis goes himself, takes that tackle, and now Jack Bussey in attacking half-back. He'll come down this right side with Paul Sykes. Sykes shows it once, finds Hitchcox. Hitchcock shrubs off Paul Forber like he's not there.
It's a penalty,
and a penalty is given as well. So Rovers get the penalty just inside the Workington Town 40, which Gareth Moore will take.
And Gaz Moore really take ownership of this play, and he really march everyone around. Ben, he's really good when he gets to the goal line. He lets you know what he wants, and he wants it at perfection.
You can see him directing the play even before that penalty is taken, and here is Jamie Cording now. Rovers in the Workington Town 20. You can see Gaz Moore looking round all the time, left and right. Where's it going to go? Is it going to come my way? Here's Bussey now. Such an intelligent player for this Rovers side.
And he's got the ball. Let's see what happens here, Ben.
Moore, Hitchcock to Hardman. Hardman attacking that line, but good defence from Workington, just keeping him out. He's held up, in fact, is Ian Hardman. He'll go back 10 metres. Andy Ellis trots into position as well now. Here's Moore again. Offloads it to Bostock, down that middle. But good defence on that occasion from Workington now. Moore waits again, shows it to Bussey, then moves it out wide to Sykes. Sykes out the back door, out behind everybody. Min's able to retrieve it just. Rovers lose the momentum a little bit there. Here's Moore now. Moore puts that crossfield kick over, is it too deep?
No, too deep.
It is too deep, so it'll be a tap on the 20. Disappointing there from Sykes, the pass going behind the Rovers players, and that really lost the momentum for the set then.
Well, looking at that left edge down there, Ben, you know, if the pass was a bit more on target, and we definitely had the numbers, mate. So there's another try gone begging, so we could have been even further up there. But let's see how we react now in our defence. We need to have a real good, strong defensive set. We need to get that ball back. We need to get in that position again.
Here are Workington now. There's a big unit in Chris Coward. Such a big unit off the bench for this Workington Town team. Here's Forber now. Shows that ball, but takes the tackle himself.
Good pressure by Bostock there.
Callum Phillips is on for Workington, so Mattinson's off, and also Chris Coward here again. Such a big unit, Chris Coward going forward for Workington, and Phillips waits. He'll put a kick in himself from acting half, just to find touch.
And it looks like Carvel and Marginay are about to come on the field, Ben.
Indeed, so both those, Carvel and Remy Marginay, come back on. Marginay's missed a couple of games.
He has, I think he's, I'm not sure what he's done, but I think he actually has pulled up with a bit of an injury. But it'd be good to see Carvel making his own debut today. I'm excited to see that one.
And Remy Marginay, what's he brought to this Rovers team as well?
Oh, he brings speed, especially around the ruck. I love him when he goes to hooker, but he seems to have such a great step. Ojai's away.
Hitchcox is away again. Gets up to the 40. So dangerous with that handoff. Here's Moore. Through the hands it goes, down that left side now with Chappell. Here is that change then. Carvel on for Spears. And Andy Ellis has come off for Marginay. Here's Bussey now.
I think Jai Hitchcock has an amazing game today, man. He's really, really dangerous when he's got that ball in his hand.
Marginay drops that pass off to Moore, through the hands to Sykes. Out to Hitchcock, to Hardman. Rovers throwing that ball around with confidence. You can see the confidence in this team. And here is Carvel now. Long awaited home debut. That's a great first drive as well. Plays that ball to Marginay. Here's Moore now. He'll put a crossfield kick towards that corner. Mins is able to take it. Chappell, sorry.
He's still on.
Here is Chappell with a kick through. Oh, outstanding! It's Nathan Chappell now.
What a brilliant try, Ben. To kick it through for himself and react to that try was outstanding.
A superb crossfield kick from Gareth Moore, taken by Mins. Mins able to get the first kick through. Chappell picks up, get the second, and then able to dive on it himself.
And great work by Thomas Minsben to keep that ball alive, because it wasn't for Minsey there, he'd have took the tackle and would have been in defence. So brilliant work by Minsey.
A try of the highest quality again from Feathersone Rovers today. We've got 38 minutes left to half time. Feathersone Rovers 26, Workington Town 0. And they've had a couple of forwards on our line, a couple of few minute spells and a repeat set, but they've not really looked threatening Workington in our half, have they?
They haven't been, and I think it's due to our brilliant defence. Whenever we're in their half, apart from when we're giving penalties away and silly errors, that's the only time they're ever threatening us, and it looks like we're really on top of this game. We're dominating in defence and we're carrying strong, we're rolling them down the field and we look really good.
So Gazmore with yet another conversion attempt. 3 from 4 so far this afternoon.
It's a good convincing lead, Ben. We could be 28 points to 0 up here before we go into half. I think that's a great start to the game so far.
As a goal is converted, so 7 minutes left to half time. Feathersone Rovers 28, Workington Town 0.
So we need to now start off with a great set now. We need to get the flat and fast set going, we need to get the forwards rolling, and let's see what happens here, because I think we've got another try in us, Ben, before we go into the changing rooms here. I think we've definitely got another 4 points in us here.
Just under 7 minutes left on the clock as Sykes takes that kick off to Jack Bussey. Jordan thinks there's more points in Rovers before our half time. A 28-0 lead is certainly a convincing lead. And here's Marginet then, drops it off to Sykes, then here's Gaz Carvel again. And a knock on from Carvel on that occasion, so Rovers turn over possession on their own 30. And another opportunity for Workington Town to attack and to possibly get points themselves.
Well, this is something we really didn't need, Ben, before half-time. There's 6 minutes before half-time. Let's hope we can hold them out, because it'd be nice to keep them to a 0 to go into changing rooms with, and you know, it's a bit of a confidence boost for Workington if they get any points on board. So let's hope the boys can hold them out here.
Disappointing for Rovers to concede there, and here are Workington Town now through the hands of Duran. It's one of the biggest points in rugby league is when you score a try is to complete that first set and get a good kick away, and Rovers on that occasion not able to do it.
Well, when you score them tries, Ben, you're rolling them down the field, you're on the front foot, you need to keep that pressure on, you need to keep your foot on the necks, and you need to keep rolling them down that field. And unfortunately on that occasion we knocked the ball on, and now they're in our half putting pressure on our line, so it just goes to show how fast it can change.
Forward offloads to Phillips. Workington Town 12 metres out, 10 metres to the left of the uprights. Here's Callum Phillips now. Juggled on that occasion by Lato Fafita. Callum Phillips is acting half-back forward with a dink over the top.
Thomas Mins here.
Mins able to knock that dead, so it's going to be another repeat set for Workington, or is it? The referee stopped the clock, he's not sure, he's speaking to his touch judge. Ben.
See what happens here.
No, the touch judge's call said that it came off a Workington player, so it'll be a restart on the 20.
We really needed that, Ben, and let's see what happens now. I think that we're definitely going to march them down the field, and we need to put some more pressure on. Let's make sure we're going to these change rooms with Andy here, singing us praises and making sure that we're going really well.
Marginet moves that ball out to the left.
Good carry there by Chappell.
Indeed, and a penalty for a high tackle. The arm was a bit high around the neck there.
It was, he took his head off there, Ben, and rightly so. It's about time we started getting a few penalties.
So a high tackle and a relieving penalty for Rovers should probably get us into the Workington Town half, and it does. We will start off on the Workington 30 now.
Let's see what Gazmore can bring now, because this is where it really comes into play. Sniffing around that try line, making sure that all his forwards are working. Let's see what he's got when he links up with Jai Hitchcock's out back.
Foster with that first drive, plays the ball to Marginet. Here's Jack Bussey now. Rovers 25 metres out, centre field. Marginet again. Shows it to Carvel, then finds Sykes. Sykes takes on the line himself. And good defence there from Paul Sykes. And from Workington on Paul Sykes. Bostock. It's a great charge from Andy Bostock. Rovers 5 metres away, just under the uprights. Marginet, oh, that's a big call, Marginet. I thought he'd knocked that one on.
Personally, Ben, I thought he did, but we're lucky to get away with that, I think. We'll have to have a replay at that.
That's a great kick through, and Rovers are over.
It's Gazmore, it's Gazmore, Ben.
Moore.
I told you, Ben, he's always dangerous around that area, it really is.
Taking the try off Andy Bostock. You could have had it either or, but Gazmore quicker said, no, that one's mine. It was a great kick through from Sykes, and Gareth Moore gets it down.
I don't think Bostock will be happy with that one, Ben. I think he thought that was his try all day.
A great try it was from Gareth Moore, taking it off the toes of Andy Bostock. I think Andy Bostock may have a few words to say about that one in the dressing room.
Yeah, I think he will, Ben. I think we'll be looking at video next week saying that was my try, that.
So another conversion under the sticks for Rovers for Gareth Moore. This will stretch the lead out to 34 points.
Like I said, Ben, I always thought we'd get some more points on, because with the way that the backs are returning the ball and the forwards are rolling us down the field, you've got Gazmore, Sykes and Hitchcocks dictating the play. We look so dangerous today, and it's a really good feeling.
And here is that conversion from Moore. It is straight between the uprights, so 3 minutes left on the clock. Feathersone Rovers 34, Workington Town 0. Jordan, keep Workington down to a 0 till half time and just get the territory and keep possession now to half time.
Absolutely, and you know what, fair credit to the boys, because they defended this half absolutely unbelievable, and we needed that. We needed this home start. Get the crowd cheering again, because we haven't been able to provide that for our home crowd. So it's been so far so good. Let's see what happens now.
So here are Rovers and working out from their own 20-metre area now. Jack Bussey.
We really are due a really good home performance, Ben. I think today could be the day.
Here's Gaz Carvel. That's a good drive from Carvel. Rovers have been dominant in this match from the first minute to the to the 38th minute. Here's Sykes now. Moore.
I think the interchanges have really brought something on as well, Ben. They've really sparked the game up, and we're away with Minzy.
Oh,
brilliant offload.
Oh,
brilliant.
That is outstanding.
Brilliant, right there.
Oh, that is sensational rugby league from Feathersone Rovers.
Brilliant to see Alex Foster getting his name on the score sheet as well there, Ben.
Worked that ball superbly down the left. Jordan and I were saying, just get to half time, keep it intact, control your sets, get the territory. That's not this Feathersone Rovers. They saw another try, and that is sensational.
Them offloads were unbelievable, Ben, and that offload from Thomas Minns absolutely outstanding, and that's what he can do. Thomas Minns, he's a really dangerous player, and it's a shame he's been injured for the start of the season, because he's an absolute spectacular player, is Thomas Minns.
So there, Rovers with another try. So Gazmore then with another conversion attempt. He's only missed one this afternoon, 5 out of 6 up to now. If he kicks this one, it'll be a 40-point lead at half time. That's a point a minute in a half of rugby league with none against.
I think just today, Ben, we've been really clinical with our finishing today. We've been down that end and we've been scoring points, and that's what we need to do. We need to get some points on board and rack them up, because we need to put all this pressure on teams like this, and we can't. It's the first home win, hopefully it's first home win, and it's gone so far so good, mate.
So Feathersone Rovers, that goal is converted. The kick-off is taken by Gareth Moore, and here's this first return from Andy Bostock. Rovers just going through the motions now. They're in the last minute, into injury time. Here's Moore now. Sights. Out of the back to Hitchcock. We're not going to have another, are we? Hardman
Really,
to Blackmore.
down the wing.
Blackmore with another kick over the top.
Jamie in the middle there. Can he retrieve it and
He's
score?
Corning over
He's
again.
Brilliant try there.
Absolutely sensational try.
Brilliant play by the Rovers just before half-time. Absolutely outstanding play. Jamie Corden with another double, Ben. What a game he's having so far.
Absolutely outstanding. And that is going to be it. The hooter goes. Cording's second try. Again attacking down this right-hand side. Hardman to Blackmore. Blackmore with a kick over the top. Almost reminiscent of the try he scored last week at Whitehaven. And he's over again for the try. Rovers have a 44-0 lead at half-time with a goal still to come.
It's nice to see Cornell getting 2 tries as well, but he really deserves a bit of praise because, like we were saying earlier, mate, he's an unsung hero. He's Cornell. He works hard all the time. And last week he had 55 tackles against Whitehaven, which is an amazing result.
Ben Blackmore has been so influential in these 2 tries that he scored this afternoon. Superb presence of mind to know he's got Cording on the inside with the pace to get over and to get the kick in as well.
And that comes with communication, Ben. Obviously, them boys have worked on this in training. They've been talking to each other, and Cordell screaming at the top of his voice, making sure Ben knows he's there. It's a great start for the Rovers. Let's hope we can bring it to the second half.
And there goes the half-time whistle from the referee. An outstanding first half from Feathersone Rovers. Tries galore from Ian Hardman. Jai Hitchcock with his first for Rovers. Andy Ellis, Jamie Cording with 2. Nathan Chappell, Gareth Moore. Gareth Moore with 6 out of 8 goals. A superb effort in that first half. And at half-time here at the Big Fella Stadium, Feathersone Rovers 44, Workington Town 0. Afternoon, folks, welcome back to the second half here at the Big Fella Stadium. Feathersone Rovers 44, Workington Town 0. Jordan, you've been down to the dressing room at half-time. What's Andy Hay had to say?
I have, Ben, and it's really positive. Andy was just saying basically how great our goal line defence has been so far, mate. And I think, he's right, is Andy, and I think we have looked strong in that department. He said the only thing he can be quite critical of is our A defenders and our markers need to work a bit better and they need to tie in more. But other than that, very, 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 very positive, praising all the boys.
Any words from the captain as well?
There was actually, Spacey mentioned that the boys, we really need to knuckle down now and keep this 0 to a 0. And it's going to be a really big mentality test for our boys now. Because it is good to get a 0 and it will help us in the league table for that points difference because we are lacking on that, Ben. And, with a good score today and keep them to 0, this could put us in 4th place, Ben.
Certainly could. And so Rovers will get first use of the ball in this second half, playing towards the new stand, which has filled up nicely for the second half. There's the kick-off taken by Hitchcock, and here's the first drive then from Jack Bussey.
The boys seem really calm though in the changing rooms, Ben. It looks like a real good atmosphere in there.
Bostock with that first drive. Do any of the other players ever, when you get in a half-time, do the other players talk about things as well, if they've got any concerns?
To be honest, Ben, it's mainly the players that have been around a long time. So the likes of Ardo. Ardo's always got something really positive to say, and it's really useful. But also, Gazmore's always chirping up and he's always saying things where we can improve and things like that. It looks like Remy's hurt there, Ben.
Indeed he is, if I looks of it. Hopefully not too serious. He's played well since he came on as Martinet.
Well, he's limping off, Ben, and it don't look good to me.
No, he is coming off his Remy Martinet. Oh no, the thumbs up, he's okay. So Martinet just taking his place behind the defensive line. We have got another player down there. I think it's a Workington Town player. So Martinet just walking off, that injury he's picked up there.
They were also saying in change rooms, Ben, that when from our first 5 sets we completed 5 from 5, which is massive because that allowed us to put points on the board and it allowed us to move away from them and it allowed us to put some pressure on them. And then he said that the next 5 sets we went 3 from 5, and that's when we started making errors and penalties, and that's the difference you see. They start creeping back in, and that's when they were having a go at our goal line. But amazing defence from on our goal line so far, Ben.
It certainly has been, as Hitchcock's just taken instructions from the bench there in discussion with Paul Wood. Whilst Alex Foster is down, getting treatment, as is Brett Carter for Workington. Foster's okay. Thumbs up from the Rovers physio. Still waiting on Brett Carter at the moment. Time has been called off. Back to his feet though. It looks like he is also okay. Yes, he is. So both players okay to continue. And here is that play the ball now from Brett Carter. And Workington now with their first set of the half, trying to work out from their own 20. And Rovers discipline. But did Andy have anything to say about the discipline at half time?
He did, Ben. Like I said, the completion rate went 3 from 5, which were due to penalties. So they've started creeping in with penalties, and if it weren't for the penalties, we'd have probably completed them sets. So, I mean, to be critical, I mean, we can't really ask for the boys to have started any better than what they have done. But you know, Andy is always after perfection, and he did mention that the penalties need to be stopped. So we'll see what happens here.
Indeed, Workington Town then in possession. Chris Coward plays that ball to Callum Phillips. A bit of a loose pass, but it has come off for Workington. I can imagine it would have been a different dressing room in that Workington Town dressing room at half time.
Yeah, it was. I can imagine it will have been, mate. And I reckon the boys will come out here at Workington and they'll really try and fight for everything they've got now. They've got nothing to lose. We've got 44 points to 0. So they're going to come out and they're going to really try and put some points on board and see what happens.
Ben Blackmore takes that kick, and here's that first play. The ball sights from acting half back. Tries to get through a gap. Not able to do so. Martinet looks okay now. He takes that ball to Gaz Carvel, who runs that ball in. It's a good drive from Carvel. Gets Rovers just short of the 40. Martinet again now. Here's Cording on a hat-trick. That's a bit of a nasty looking tackle from Chris Coward.
Bostock's here. Oh, great tips play there by Bostock. And he's done well to keep hold of that, as Bussy. And he's got it away. And we're down the wing.
To Mins. Mins is away. He'll get a kick across field for Martinet to chase. Martinet, that is outstanding.
Yeah, brilliant.
Champagne Rugby League from Feathersone Rovers.
Absolutely, Ben. It's come out of nowhere as well. It really is. Play off the cuff rugby league. Great dink into the middle by Thomas Mins and brilliant push in the support of Martinet there.
5 minutes on the clock in the second half. Rovers over already, and a conversion away from a 50-point lead.
And that's what Spacey was saying in the changing rooms. He was saying we really can't take the foot off the gas. We really need to put his foot down. We need to get some points on this board, because the more points we get, Ben, the better we look on that league table.
Indeed so. Gareth Moore with yet another conversion attempt, 6 from 8 in the first half. So 75% record, that's not bad in the first half. They'll be looking to add to that in the second half. Andy Hay in discussion with Paul Wood down on the touchline. I'm not sure what they're saying to each other, but it looks happy enough as Gaz Moore converts yet another one. That's 7 from 9. Rovers hit 50. Feathersone Rovers 50, Workington Town 0.
It's not a bad position, Ben, to be 50 points up when there's only been 6 minutes gone in the second half, so it's going really well today. We're looking really strong, and I think the fans can't complain today. The boys have been outstanding so far.
Indeed they have, and it'll be another kick-off for Workington Town as Rovers retake the positions. Andy Hay looks happy enough on the touchline, and there is the kick-off. It's a good kick-off, but well taken by Sykes, who finds Hardman. Seeing some of the combinations today have been absolutely superb. Across the line from the halves to the 3/4 and in the forwards as well.
Definitely, Ben. The forwards have really took us forward strong and hard. And this Workington outfit, I mean, these are no pushovers, Ben. These are big boys, you
The
know.
referee's wiped the tackle cam clean, sorry Jordan, the Workington Town hand in there. So Rovers get another 6.
And Giants made half a break here, Ben. And an offload to Martinet, and he's away. Let's see what happens here.
Martinet offloads to Hitchcock.
Oh, brilliant play.
Foster. Oh, that's clever
And
play.
we've got it back and
Jack Bussey.
Well, Bussey will be happy with that one. Don't get much easier than that, Ben.
Rovers have been absolutely first class today. 2 tries in 2 minutes. The first from Remy Marginet with his first of the year. And now Jack Bussey over as well. Rovers are cruising at the minute. Feathersone Rovers 54. Workington Town 0.
Absolutely outstanding play. And that sequence of offloads there, it's come from Guy Hitchcock and Remy Marginet to keep the ball alive. Alex Foster's made the break. He's tried to get the pass away and Workington's patted it down. And Bussey's reactions to get that ball and get under the sticks was absolutely marvellous. So fair play to the boys and well done Jack Bussey, mate.
Rovers over for a second try in 2 minutes then. Less than 10 minutes on the second half. Rovers already up for 2 scores. Very much in the same vein as it was in the first half, Jordan. 3 tries in the first 10 minutes.
Well, it's looking good, Ben, isn't it? You know, there's not 10 minutes gone yet. We've scored 2 tries. We look in control, and Workington just don't seem to have turned up today. I don't know what's happened on that journey over here. But our boys are really putting them to the sword, and they're really getting some great points on the board and some great tries as well.
And so Gareth Moore converts. It's 56-0 now. 8 minutes into the second half. Rovers have already got 2 scores. The referee is actually in discussion with the Workington Town player. It's Jason Mossert. Not sure what they're talking about there.
I think Ben, keeping Workington to a 0 today is more important than anything. I think it's been great scoring these tries, but we'll be happy if we keep these at a 0 today. So I think that's going to be the target for this second half.
Here's a return from Blackmore from that kickoff. Bostock now. Martinet finds Gareth Carvel. It's a good drive forward from Carvel, making a good 10 metres forward for Rovers there. Martinet again. Bostock now. Offloads that pass to Cording. Not sure Cording was expecting that or even wanted it, but...
Made an extra 5 or 10 metres there, Ben, which was good reactions from Cordo.
Indeed, here's Sykes again. It's almost away. But good defence from Workington just to tap him down.
Sykes, a great break by Sykes. If someone pushing up there, there'd have been another 4 points there, Ben.
Moore steps away from one. Puts in a high kick now. That's a good take though from Jack Murphy, and here comes that return. It's a good kick from Moore, but good take from Murphy. And Workington starting just shy of the 30.
I think this is the first time Workington have had the ball in any decent position, Ben. I think the boys are really putting them to the sword today, and they've been outstanding in them. The kick chases and the defence up in the half has been outstanding.
Brett Carter in possession. 45 metres out. Phillips moves that ball out to the left-hand side. This must be a demoralising defeat for Workington Town as well. When you think where they're fighting for their lives at the bottom of the league, this isn't going to do much for their confidence, is it?
Well, it's not, Ben, and at the end of the day, you know, it's an hard journey to come up. Well, it is an hard journey because, like I say, last week we travelled to Whitehaven. It's not an easy place to visit in Cumbria. It's an hard trip. Oh, they've made a break, Ben. What's going on?
That's a great break it is as well from Forber. Gets the pass inside. Still going Workington on the last. That's great. Scrambling defence from Rovers to hold them out.
Alex Foster again, and he seems to be a magician on the try line, Ben. He always saving tries, and he's always in that last frame where he just saves them last tries. Brilliant effort.
So strong on defence, isn't he, Jordan? I think that's probably his biggest attribute is his defensive play.
It really is, Ben, and I love playing with him because there's never been a time where I've been stood in the defensive line at the side of him and I've ever been worried about whether he's going to make that tackle or not. He's so defensively structured and he's really well done. And it looked like Blackmore's making half a break here, and he's so hard to put down, Ben. It really is.
Still going, Ben Blackmore gets just short of the 40. I mean, you'll know Alex Foster from your time at Leeds as well. He's the The defensive structures, are they structures that you learn at Leeds as well as here?
Yeah, I guess so. We do a lot of defensive work at Leeds, but I think Fozzie, it's not always to do with technique. It's just the fact that how hard he works. He really wants to work hard for his team, and he wants to work hard for himself. And he's always in there tackling, putting them big efforts in. He's always the top tackler nearly every week, Ben.
Alex Foster there takes that tackle, Marginate to Hitchcock.
Is that
That's
back to
come
one?
off Carter. What's the referee said?
Ben.
Is he giving a knock on? 2 knock-ons. First knock-on by Rovers, so head and feet to Workington.
It is, Ben.
So disappointing to turn that ball over there, but turning it over just inside your half gives you plenty room to defend your own half.
100%, Ben, and that's what it is. It's transition from attack to defence now. You need to be just as good in defence as you are in attack, because defence wins games.
One thing I've noticed, and I've said to Joe on a couple of occasions, Jordan, from the scrums, you see a lot of teams do it. Nobody seems to drop the fullback back.
No, you don't, and you're right. And I've played in games where they've chipped over the top and they've scored. And, it is devastating as a forward when you're in scrum and you look back and they're under blooming sticks. So, but, I mean, also you don't see a lot of people pushing the scrum. I mean, I've been in a lot of scrums where you've pushed them, they've forced an error, so we'll have to see how that goes.
Here are Workington Town now in possession just outside the Rovers 40. Here is Fafita.
I think the middles are really putting a real good shift in today, Ben. Carver looks really strong.
Callum Phillips finds Chris Coward. Workington now just inside the Rovers 30, centre field. Phillips again, that's a good inside pass, but the ball's come loose.
Great inside
Bussey
pressure.
gets the pass away, and here's Chappell now. Chappell takes on the line. Great defensive pressure, as you say, Jordan, and Rovers back in possession.
Well, that's come from the inside push from the forwards there, Ben. I think it was Jack Bussey or Carvel, one or over there. Great inside pressure to put that pressure on the ball player, hit him hard and knock that ball out, and that's what we needed right there. We needed to relieve the pressure. We need to get that ball back.
Rovers do have the ball back. It's Jai Hitchcock's just short of the Rovers 40. Now Sykes finds Andy Bostock. The battering ram batters through that Workington defence. And Marginet waits just short of halfway now, Rovers. He moves that ball inside to Sykes again. Sykes with a kick for territory. That's underneath the foot of Jack Murphy. He's managed to turn him round.
That's a great kick chase by Rovers there, Ben. Absolutely brilliant. Numbers up there. Everyone has a good, strong defensive line. That's what we want to see.
Rovers then, Workington bringing the ball out from their own line. They're on their own 20 of Workington. Rovers looking strong in defence at the moment. Workington Town now attacking down this right hand side. Looking for the offload, they've managed to get it away. Here's Callum Phillips.
Good reactions by Thomas Mins to dominate that tackle there. Completely in control.
And so here come Workington Town now. Mattinson and Phillips are both on for Workington. That's an interesting play, having two hookers on the pitch. You don't see many teams doing that nowadays. But Workington with Mattinson and Callum Phillips both on the pitch.
Yeah, that is a strange combination actually, Ben. And us boys are used to Andy Ellis playing big minutes as well. And when Remy Marginet comes on for us, he seems to pick the pace up. And I've noticed that Leeds do that a lot with Rob Burrow. When he comes on the field, it seems like the intensity of our ruck seems to pick up, and that's what Remy Marginet has brought today. I think so. Yeah, he's doing really well, is Remy hooker.
So Gareth Morgan will feed the scrum. Marginet out to the base, finds Sykes to Hardman. Hardman looking for Blackmore, but not able to find him on that occasion. Takes that tackle. Here is Blackmore attacking halfback, then tries to scoot away. But good defence from Workington Town. Marginet again now. Here's Cordy.
That must be a penalty, Ben, and I thought it was.
Indeed, it is a penalty given, so Rovers will get some territory from this penalty. I'm sure Sykes or Moore will make good yards on this.
100%. They're going to dictate play, Ben, and I think it's a real good opportunity now to put some even more pressure on Workington's try line here.
There is a penalty from Sykes. That's a great penalty. Gets Rovers up to the 20. And Rovers with an attacking set in the Workington Town 20 now.
Well, that's where you want to start, don't you? You look at where we are now. We're on their line, we're really pressuring them, so we'll see what happens, and eventually they will crack. So let's just build some pressure and see how it goes.
Do we see a set play here, or we're just going to go work through the moves and see what happens?
Well, like you see, as you can see out here, Bostock scores to a point, and we call that the 6. And now you'll be seeing Sykesy and Gazmore. They'll be going out the back, they'll be seeing what happens, looking for the numbers and the gaps. And there you go. Oh,
Rovers are over. Oh, he's fumbled it.
We need to react now and turn that attack into defence.
Workington wanting to take a quick tap there, the referee not allowing that to happen. Much to the disgust of Workington Town's Jamie Duran there. But as you say, you know, let that one go. We've not got it, we're not going to get it.
No, it's not the end of the world, Ben. You know, it's going to be a good test of character, this, because I'm really interested to see if the boys can hold them down to 0. We're doing great in attack, but let's see how we can hold out in defence, because I think that's just as important, Ben.
Here are Workington Town then. 22 minutes left here at the Big Fella Stadium. Feathersone Rovers 56, Workington Town 0. A fumble there, but a good take from Mattinson. Looking for support. There was a half break there from Workington.
That was a good play from Workington. They've started to come alive now, Ben. I think they've just thought, we've got nothing to lose, let's just throw everything at them.
Phillips, through the hands it goes now. Here's Duran to Forber. Duran moves in, out in half-back. He'll go out to the left-hand side. Here's Brett Phillips. Tries to dribble that through. It's picked it up. It's still the last. A crossfield kick. What's the chase like? Workington. Oh!
Nearly there, Ben. I was a bit worried for a second there.
Rovers just managed to get that ball. Downward pressure on that ball to snuff out that try. Knock it dead, but a real chance there for Workington. And the first real scare for Rovers, Jordan.
Yeah, it was, Ben. I was a bit worried there, but there was a great reaction from Gazmore to get rid of that ball. At the end of the day, you know, we are a lot of points up, but it really is a massive thing to keep that 0 to a 0. We don't want to concede points at any time in the game at all, no matter how many points we are up.
Rovers have a player down. It is Andy Bostock.
That'll be a real shame, Ben, if Andy Bostock goes off. He's been a great player today for us Rovers. He's always taking us forward hard with good push, and he's got a great offload.
No, he's okay to continue. He's taken his place in the defensive line. Still receiving treatment though. The referee happy enough to restart the game.
It looks like something's wrong with his face or something, Ben.
So there's a dropout from Paul Sykes. Taken well by Workington, and here's Chris Coward now. From the pass by Jamie Duran, and Callum Phillips is the acting half this time. He'll come down this right-hand side, Duran. To Perry Whiteley, sorry. Workington just outside the Rovers 20 now. Phillips again. Works the run around nicely. Through the hands it goes. Workington attack. Good play from Workington, moving it through the hands, and here's Forber from acting half-back.
They're starting to look dangerous, Ben. They're starting to find gaps and they're starting to find half a breaks. Let's just hope we can keep them out here.
Here are Workington then, 5 metres away. Forber, through the hands it goes. Good defence again from Rovers, scrambling defence.
It really has been, and the effort on our goal line today has been unbelievable. Let's hope I've not jinxed it here.
Here's Fifita.
And he's held up. Brilliant defence by the Rovers.
Fantastic defence it was, able to hold Workington Town up. But from a Workington point of view, if you're going to turn the ball over in possession, you've done it in just the right place, haven't you, Jordan?
You have, Ben, and you can expect Workington here now to be firing off the line, getting everyone in, tightening up, and really putting some big fellas in that middle to try and knock some people about, to get some of that aggression and that control back.
Andy Bostock is leaving the field, and Matt James is coming back on.
I think
And
Buss
also
is
Jack
leaving.
Bussey, and back on comes Paul Wood.
Well, we've made a break down that left-hand side there, Ben.
Hardman, good defence, well held on to by Mattinson.
And a penalty.
And a penalty as well.
He's having a wild of a game, he's Corden, isn't he, Ben? He's having a great game today with 2 tries, and he's been really threatening in attack. His defence has been solid. He really is in good form.
He is, and there's the Rovers penalty. Hardman takes that tap to Cording now. Cording with that first drive. Rovers looking for more points. 18 minutes left here as Andy Bostock and Jack Bossier make their way down the touchline. Carvel offloads to Marginet, finds Moore. Moore with a superb pass to Chappell.
He's got Thomas Mins on the outside of him, and Thomas Mins has got the ball now.
Mins. That ball's come loose, it has, it's been knocked on. A great play it was though by Rovers, trying to work that space again, but the ball just coming loose.
It's disappointing, Ben, because when Minzy gets into a bit of space, he's really dangerous. I've played with him a lot of years now, since I remember playing with him since I was around 11, 12 years old, and he's always been a spectacular player. He's something special, is Minzy, he's something to watch out for.
Another player that you'll know well from your time at Leeds as well.
He really is a spectacular player, Ben. I've always rated him from the age of 12 years old. I've played with him through the service area, and I've come through the scholarships at Leeds with him, and I really do rate the kid. He's a real big talent.
Here at Workington then, working out from their own 20-metre area. Still nil against for over over an hour played without a point conceded. That's a massive achievement.
And Andy will be really happy with that. And it looks high there by Chappie. Like I was saying, Ben, Andy will be happy with that nil. Let's just hope we can keep it to a nil, though.
So, penalty conceded by Nathan Chappell for a high tackle. Workington Town with that penalty.
Oh, Thomas Mins, great effort. Only just misses that ball to get it back into the field of play.
Referee said that Mins did actually get a hand to that, so he has put a scrum down.
Well, if he'd have kept that in play, Ben, it would have been something special there, wouldn't it? He must have jumped about 5 metres there. It was unbelievable.
Certainly was, and unfortunately for Mins, he just slightly too high for him.
Only just.
Callum Phillips from the bench, that scrum. Through the hands it goes of Durant.
It looks like Paul Wood's back on the field now, Ben. Let's see what he can bring to this second half.
And Matt James is also back on for Rovers as well, so they've rotated both the props again.
And Carvel's still on the field. He's had a real big stint in this second half.
Here at Workington Town now, just inside the Rovers 30. They'll be looking for some points just to give them a bit of confidence. Callum Phillips, through the hands it goes. It's juggled by Duran. Still going. Alex Foster's the one who wraps him up.
He's so strong in defence, Ben. It really is.
Mattinson with the offload. It's a forward, but again, good defence from Rovers. That could possibly have been a penalty. The referee happy enough. There's a kick from Duran. Workington are over. It's Mattinson.
Oh, he's kept him up, Ben.
He's held him up.
What a brilliant tackle by Jai.
It's absolutely outstanding. I'll tell you something, Jordan, that is as good as a try.
That is world class, man. They're the things that win you games, and that is an outstanding effort by Jai Hitchcock's there to keep him up. It was almost a certain try. How he's held him up, I'll never know.
That's the sort of thing that will lift you as a team as well, when to have it so close to conceding a try when you're at a nil. And one play to produce one moment of magic like that to prevent that try will lift the team altogether.
It really is, and look how much it meant to Jai then to put his body on that line to keep it to a 0. That is a massive effort.
Paul Wood and Gareth Carvel's been replaced. A big round of applause. He's had a great stint as Carvel.
He has been, he deserves a well-earned rest there.
Andy Ellis is back on, finds Matt James. And Paul Sykes has also gone off for Rovers. He's been replaced by Tim Spears. That pass, I think, was forward.
Yeah,
yes, it was.
Forward, Ben. It's a shame there.
So Paul Sykes has come off to be rested, possibly ahead of bigger match next week.
Well, we have, Ben. We've got some real big games coming up. I was speaking to some of the fans the other day, and we've got, I think it's London away next week. Is it London away, Ben, next week?
Yeah, London away, then Catalans away.
I mean, and they're two massive games, and they're away as well. So
and then followed by Lee as well.
Exactly, so we've got 3 massive games there. We do need to be saving our key players, so a well-earned rest there by Sykes, because he's had a good game today.
So 14 minutes left on the clock, should I say here. The scrum's going to be put down. Rovers trying to pat down with 5 in the scrum, not 6. Workington attacking down that left. It'll give them confidence to know how close they were to scoring.
He's thrown it to no one there, Ben.
I think he knew he was going into touch, a desperation offload that didn't come off.
Well, he got on the outside of Ben Blackmore, and the boys did really well to react to that, and then that just goes to show the effort that the boys really are trying to put in for that 0, because it really is important. I keep saying it, Ben, but it really is. Andy here was stressing in the change rooms how much he wanted that 0, and it really will do work wonders for us on that league table.
What will that do for the confidence of the players as well? If you can get a 0 today going into the match, what's going to be a completely different proposition next week at London?
Absolutely, and you know what? We owe London one, because they came down here a few weeks ago, and they embarrassed us on our home turf, so I think we owe them one. But it'll be good to get our first home win.
Here's Tim Spears now. Ellis is back on. Finds Wood to Matt James. Looking for the offload, but it was well shut down by Callum Phillips. Here goes Ellis though. He spots a gap, he's looking for support, there's none there. So Marginet now. Down the short side with Alex Foster.
He's still going, is Alex Foster, Ben. Great run by Alex Foster there.
Another ever present in the Rovers team this year is Alex Foster. He's becoming an unsung hero, a bit of a favourite as well.
Are we in? Oh, is that our ball, Ben?
I think that came off the Workington Town player, so it is the Rovers head and feed.
It's a great position to be having a scrum there, Ben. Look where we are, 10 metres away from the try line. I can sense the try coming on.
I think that was a try-saving knock-on from Workington there. If it hadn't have been, Workington hadn't got a hand to that, he fancied that Thomas Mins was in the corner.
Thomas Mins was in the corner, and it's very rare that you don't see Thomas Mins finish them.
But Rovers then with 6 tackles on the in the Workington 10-metre area now. A real chance to post some more points now. Here's Moore, dictating, shows it twice, takes on the line himself. Andy Ellis waits, he looks right, he looks left, he'll go right. Hardman.
And another forced knock-on by Workington there, Ben. If it weren't for that knock-on, it would have been another try.
Workington doing everything they can to keep Rovers out, and credit to them. Yes, it's knock-ons, it's conceding possession again, but they are keeping Rovers out.
Well, they don't want to finish on a bad note. They want to at least try something. You know, they're going to go out and they're going to give it all they've got, and they've got nothing to lose now. We're 56 points up, and they're going to really try their best now. But unfortunately, I think that we've definitely got this game in the bag, Ben.
Marginet finds Chappell. So Rovers centre field, 10 metres from the Workington Town line. Hardman finds Paul Wood. Ellis points to the right, he'll go to the right. He'll find Tim Spears. Good defence from Workington to push Tim Spears back. Moore out of the back door to Hitchcock. Ben Blackmore.
Oh. Ben Blackmore misses the chance there to go over for the try. Oh, and we've got the scrum, Ben, and we've still got possession.
Another scrum down head and feed to Rovers. They're close to an interception for Workington.
Very close, and we could have done with that try, Ben. We could have done with another few points on the board. The more points, the better, I think.
22, Lee 32, Halifax 28, Doncaster 6, and 112, London 26.
Some interesting scores around the country at the moment. Sheffield, surprisingly, going down heavily at London at the moment. Bradford, sorry. Here are Rovers.
That's great for us, Ben. That's a really good thing for us. Puts us further up the league table, I think.
Ellis finds Wood. Wood looking for support, gets the offload away. That's come off Workington again. It's got to be White. It's White again. 6 to go.
We must score here,
Cording.
surely. Oh.
Push back from Workington. Ellis now. Spears, Moore. Sees a gap. Marginet directing. Andy Ellis directing. Marginet looks left. He'll put a kick over the top.
We've got the ball of Workington, Ben. It's a shame there.
You've got to credit the Workington defence, Jordan. Superb, so many repeat sets.
You really have, and that was real good last-ditch effort there by Workington to say where the scoreboard is, and they're not giving up at all, are they?
10 minutes left here at the Big Fella Stadium. Feathersone Rovers 56, Workington Town 0. Just the 2 tries in the second half for Rovers in the first 10 minutes of the second half from Marginet and Bussey, both converted by Gareth Moore.
I think Workington have come out a lot stronger this half, Ben. They look like they want it more. In the first half, they didn't look like they'd got off the bus, but in this second half, I think they've put a bit more up of a fight up against the Rovers.
It's certainly been a much better defensive effort from Workington Town, but great defensive set from Rovers, pinning Workington back in their own 40 there. Callum Phillips.
That's great kick pressure there. Look where they've ended up, Ben. That is what you get out of kick pressure. Unselfish
Ben
play.
Blackmore with the return. Cording again from Matson half, finds Hitchcock, finds Blackmore again. Trying to dance away down that right-hand edge. Gets the offload away to Hitchcock. That looked a little bit of a dodgy tackle.
It very high, and he's put him into touch. I don't know what they're going to give here.
It's going to be the scrum down, head and feed to Workington.
It's a really shame that, Ben, because we could have done without that. They're the kind of players that we don't really need. Unforced plays where we're running into touch, we're giving knock-ons when we don't really need them. They're the things we need to cut out of our team.
That'll disappoint Andy Hay as well to see that when he's so far in front.
Well, it will, Ben, and I know that Andy, that's one of his big pet hates, is that when we're putting pressure on and we're really putting them to the sword, and we let them off with easy mistakes, you know, it really does affect the team.
Here are Workington though, it's Jack Murphy. Good defence from Rovers. That's been the key point today, hasn't it, Jordan, the defence?
100%, absolutely, and we've been winning the flow, slowing the ruck down. And Workington just can't play the ball fast, they've got no pace.
And that's a knock on.
And that's what we needed, Ben. Let's just see what we can do now with the ball.
Perry Whiteley has lost the ball 2 metres inside the Rovers half. So Rovers will get a scrum, head and feed. And they'll have a full set practically in the Workington half and a chance to really work this Workington defence again.
I think Gazmore really needs to take charge of this ball now. There's 10 minutes left before the 8 minutes left before the final whistle. I think Gaz really needs to take control of this, get down that side of the field, and let's get some more points on board.
Andy Ellis from Matson half finds Marginet, through the hands to Hardman it goes. Hardman takes on Phillips. Here's Cording.
Paul Wood directing play out there.
Here is Paul Wood. Offloads to Moore. Finds Matt James, almost away. Matt James with an offload to Alex Foster again.
Again, Alex Foster pushing up in support and getting us the extra metres. Outstanding play.
So Rovers 20 metres out. A penalty is going to be given there. Fifita in the tackle there. Holding on just too long. Gazmore's going to take a tap. He'll find Tim Spears now.
Great carry there by Spears, a real show of aggression and effort there.
Rovers 10 metres out, centre field, right in front of the sticks. Moore to the left. Out to the back door to Foster! Alex Foster's deserved that one.
Absolutely outstanding today, Ben. I keep mentioning him through the game, and he really does deserve that. I think that's his second try now, Ben. And he's had an absolute stormer of a game today. But also great play by Gazmore to see that they're short on that side and find that gap, and Alex Foster's run that perfect line. It almost looked like Alex Foster walks over the try line there, Ben.
Certainly did, and Rovers are over again. That's the 60. Feathersone Rovers 60, Workington Town 0. And just while we wait for Remy Marginet to take this conversion, Jordan, been a lot of outstanding performance within this Rovers team today. But who for you is your Rovers man of the match? There has been some real good performances today, Ben. You're right. I mean, but the back three once again been outstanding. The middles have been taking us forward. But I've liked the look of Alex Foster today. His defence has been outstanding, and he's been hitting them lines, pushing through. I mean, Jai Hitchcock as well has been outstanding with that amazing defence down over that try line to keep the boys at a nil. That's what's really impressed me today. But I would probably say my man of the match has been Alex Foster today. So Alex Foster is named man of the match as Remy Marginet has scuffed that one. to the right of the upright, so it's not converted.
Successful conversion here for the Rovers, making it score Feathersone Rovers 60, Workington Town 0.
There could have been loads of man of the matches today, Ben. I think everyone's had an outstanding game, but for me, I thought that Alex Foster's had a real good game today. It's about, and he does go unnoticed as Alex Foster, and it's nice to see that he's got 2 tries today.
Certainly, it's been a great effort from Alex Foster. And there is the kick-off again from Workington. That's taken easily enough. Looks for the support and finds Paul Wood. Wood brings that ball forward, runs into Chris Coward. Real heavyweights clash there. Ellis now finds Spears.
It's good to see Paul Wood back inside, Ben. I think we have missed him in the past few weeks. Myself, I've missed playing alongside Paul Wood, and it's made me have to do a lot of really big minutes, especially against Sheffield when he got injured early on, and I had to play 80 minutes. It's good to see him back in team, and I'm glad that he's back.
Is that a 40-20? Really? Yes, it is. Absolutely superb from Gareth Moore.
And he's had an amazing game as well today, Ben, as Gareth Moore. He really has dictated the play, and he's run the show really for the Rovers.
Just under 5 minutes left. Gareth Moore kicks a 40-20. So Rovers with a real chance of more points here to stretch that lead out even further. And the big news is with Sheffield losing like they are as well, and they're being nilled by Bradford. It was 28-0 last we heard, and add that onto the Rovers. That's a massive turnaround for the points difference.
It really is, and I'm sure that Dewsbury were just above us, and I'm not sure how Dewsbury have gone, but I think they was losing against Lee, so I think that could put us in 4th place, Ben.
Hitchcock! Outstanding!
The way he held the ball in one hand there, Ben, was unbelievable. It looked like he made the ball look like a peanut.
Jai Hitchcock makes it look so easy.
The try for the Feathersone Rovers, sponsored by Nick Thornton, number 21, Jai Hitchcock.
And it's got such a strong fend as Hitchcock's there when he's going forward. Returns the ball so well, he's got such a strong left hand to fend players off, and he did that there, showed his skills.
It really has been. It really is a credit to this Rovers side, and what an amazing signing he has been for the Rovers this year. He's been outstanding in every game so far, and he's always the first one to take that first carry. And you know, he's a really tough player. He wants to win. He's always there. And he really wants to do well for the Rovers, and he's had a great game today.
There's a conversion attempt from Marginet. That's a lot better. Thank you very much. Feathersone Rovers 66, Workington Town 0.
Well, Ben, it looks like we've got a real good home win today. It's about time as well, because we haven't been able to provide the home fans with a good home win, so it's nice to see that we've got their first home win of this season.
And such a convincing win as well against, I mean, you can only, people say, oh, it's only Workington, but you can only play what's in front of you. And Rovers have played it superbly.
Well, exactly. You can never write a team off, and Workington are no mugs, you know. They are a good side, but it looks like we've had a great day and we've caught Workington on a bad day today.
Paul Wood takes that kick off, and there's the return. Matt James now.
He really has carried that ball strong today, Ben, as Matt James. He really has got in there. He's taking us forward.
A loose pass there, but Chappell able to take it.
And that's a big collision there, Ben.
It is. Goal is down for Workington Town. I'm not sure if Chappell's leg came up. It was accidental, whatever happened. But
Thank you very much for your support.
Just over 1,500 here today for the visit to Workington.
Great offload by Paul Wood there.
Here's Andy Ellis away. Ellis is away, he's got Marginet some more. What a tackle that was. For Workington Town by Brett Carter. Spears though to Cording, to Hardman, to Blackmore. Shrugs off one, cuts back inside. Ben Blackmore still. It's the last tackle.
With only a minute left, Ben. Surely we get a few more points on the ball just to put the knife in a bit further.
Hitchcock's has kicked through. It was a good attempt, but just too much on it for Gareth Moore. So that's run dead. There's a minute left on the clock. Rovers with a 66-0 lead. The fans away to oppositors are in good voice singing the Fev Rovers chants. And Workington Town now playing out this set.
And there you go, Ben. Alex Foster's even been voted the man of the match by the sponsors today.
Jordan Baldwinson spot on with his man of the match call today.
What can I say, Ben? What can I say? I've got an eye for it, you see, mate. Should be a commentator, not a woman player.
We need you out on that pitch, Jordan, I'll tell you now. We'll do over the next few weeks anyway. Thomas Mins takes his position back out on this wing. I mean, the best word I can use to describe today has been professional, Jordan.
Absolutely, mate, and that's what Andy A wanted. It looks like Remy's gone over again, Ben.
No, great covering back defence from Workington to force the dropouts at the death.
Yeah, Ben, like you were saying, mate, we do look really clinical today. We look like we've really gelled as a team today. I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest, that I'm not out there with boys getting the victory, but it does look like we've really gelled today, and we are looking in real good form going into these next hard few weeks.
Such a professional display as well, not only in attack, some very clinical, some superb tries scored,
yeah,
but the nil against.
Absolutely relentless defence on our goal line has been outstanding again. And like last week, we have been good on our goal line recently, and the weeks before that, we have been guilty of being a bit weak on our goal line, so we really did need this nil today.
And what a win it has been. The clock says 0, so we're into injury time. The dropout's taken by Marshall. He'll find Paul Wood. Wood with that first drive.
I think Paul Wood fancies himself as an half-back sometimes, but he has got some lovely hands, hasn't he?
He certainly is a great ball player of a forward, isn't he, as well? He's not a lot of forwards like Andy Bostock, for example, just drive it in, but Paul Wood is a real ball player as well.
Got a good threat with the ball in Andy has.
Marginet to Moore, to Hitchcock's again with a dink through. That's come off the full-back. And Jai Hitchcock's is over again!
How many tries is that, Ben? He must have a few now. Is that his
Hitchcock's is on. It's his second try.
Second try. Unbelievable today.
And there is the 70. And then also there is the hooter as well.
A well-deserved try there by Jai Hitchcock. He's had an amazing game today and he deserves that try.
I think you're right. I think yes, it is 3. My apologies.
Oh,
it is his hat-trick try.
Well, there you go, Ben. A hat-trick for Jai, and he deserves it, mate. He's had a great game.
First tries of the season, and it's in a hat-trick as well. He'll be delighted with that one.
He will. And it's just so funny that he hasn't scored all season, and today he scored 3. It's unbelievable.
3 superb tries to win as well. The try in the first half was really special to spin away from that kick through.
You're right, Ben.
As Marginet converts.
And that's the game, Ben.
A superb performance from Rovers. A 40-0 lead at half-time. Sorry, 44-0 lead at half-time. Second tries from Marginet, Bussey, Foster, Hitchcock has got 2. 2 goals from Moore, 1 from Remy Marginet, 2 from Marginet. Jordan Baldwinson, what can I say? A thoroughly professional performance from the first minute to the last, but the nil against especially.
There you go, Ben. And that's the big thing in this game. I know it's nice to get them some points on the board, but that 0 is the biggest accomplishment of this game today. That's what the boys wanted, and that's what the boys got, and it's thoroughly deserved because the boys' defence today was absolutely outstanding.
Going forward, Rosa scored some superb tries. Hitchcock especially a hat-trick. His first try in the first half was spectacular.
100%, Ben. And Jai Hitchcock has had a great game. We keep mentioning, but he really is in top form, is Jai. And it can only get better as the season goes on, Ben.
And Jamie Cording as well with 2 tries as well. Superb tries as well.
100%, mate. Both the second rowers today really stepped up. It was a big knock not having Rennie playing out there today, but I think that the boys really stepped up today and showed everyone, and especially the fans, what we can do. We need to get the fans to stay behind us now and support us in these next few hard weeks coming up.
It gives Andy Hay a headache in the second row going forward, with Rennie May too missing out today, but Cording and Foster putting in performances like that.
It does, Ben, and you know, there's no reason as to why Alex Foster today with an outstanding performance and 2 Man of the Match awards from us two and the sponsors today, why he shouldn't be playing next week, because he has had a wild of a game.
That is full-time. Jordan, thanks for joining us up here this afternoon.
Brilliant, Ben. Thanks for having me, mate. Anytime. It's been a pleasure.
The full-time score here at the Big Fella Stadium in front of 1,547. Feathersone Rovers 72. Workington Town 0. Andy, 72-0. Your thoughts on the match, please?
Good. Well, you know, it's a great performance. We played really well and defended well. We spoke about half-time keeping it to 0, and we gave them a good few chances, but we did. And Jai Hitchcock's try save at the end was halfway through that half was fantastic, and some of the performances were good today. And we wanted to play quick, and I think we did play quick in that first 15-20 minutes. It set the standard really, and yeah, we got a lot of bounce to the ball, and we had a fair bit of luck on our side today. And if you get that, it does help. But it's a real good team performance.
Some really quality tries scored throughout the course of the match in that first half, especially Blackmore and Cording seems to be linking up well.
Yeah, they do. I'm not sure them. They've been working on that kick through, but 2 tries in 2 weeks. It's not obviously proved not a fluke, but some real good tries. You know, one after the other, going full length of the field, and some great ball movement down both sides. So really pleasing to see. A good performance, and you know, we needed it, and it's been coming. We've all been talking about it as a group, and the team and the players, and they're coming together now, and they're gelling well, and everything's looking promising. You know, we've got a good tough run of fixtures coming up, and we need to be at our best, and I think that wasn't far off today.
Obviously a lot of points scored, but just how important was the 0 points against you as well?
Yeah, it was big. You know, we let ourselves down in the last few games defensively, and I thought last week again we were very good. People are questioning us. We let 2 tries in last week, one from a bomb and one from a dummy half scoot over. So I thought apart from that last week we were very good, and we kept Whitehaven in the game last week, which we probably didn't do with Workington today. And on the back of that we scored some very nice tries, and a real good team performance. But defensively there's a buzz about the team as well, and they want to defend for each other, they want to work hard for each other, and they're enjoying the game.
Some excellent goal line defence as well. Workington had a lot of opportunities in up at this end, especially, but good scrambling defence, and obviously you mentioned Jai Hitchcock as well to keep it to that 0.
Yeah, we had a real good start, and then we turned the ball over, gave a couple of penalties away, and ended up on our own line defending 4 sets. And in them 4 sets, we were defending real well. They didn't really break us. I thought Ian Hardman did a real good job, because that's their sort of big threats on that side. And we held our line together and defended it, and didn't let them cross. So it was a great effort.
Looking ahead now, you've got a really tough run of games coming up, starting at London next week.
Yeah, we've got Catalan on our mind, but we're focusing on London. These 2 games are massive for the rest of our season, and we've got one today in a great win. And London's now become very important. And I spoke to you before the game. We want to make amends for what we did here against London, because we were disappointed with our efforts, and we think we're a better team than that.
Any injury news coming out of today?
No, everyone's come through all right. Remy got a little knock to his ankle, but he's fine. Everybody else was thought it was a tough game. They've got some big players in their side, but it was the scoreline doesn't reflect how hard the players do work sometimes. But everybody's come through, and hopefully we're able to pick from a good side next week.
Jai Hitchcock's getting his first drive for the club, indeed getting a hat-trick for the club as well.
Yeah, he's been close. He's been close week in, week out. He does a lot of work for us from the backfield. A lot of it goes unnoticed, and he's gone back to full-back again this week and scored 3 great tries. And he's a big threat. He's strong, he's quick, and he showed some real good pace to score his tries. Special
mention today for Alex Foster. Has been absolutely superb. 2 tries for him, and both our man of the match and the sponsors man of the match as well.
I thought both back rows were good. I thought Foss was good, and Cording's had a blip last week and wasn't his best, but he got back to it today. And thought Fozzie deserved man of the match. It's hard to pick when you score lines like that, and he's a grafter. He can play in the middle or he can play on the edge, and he did a good job for us. So he's deserved it, and thought he had a good game.
Gives you a bit of a headache looking forward to next week with Ryan Verlinden due to arrive this week as well.
It does, yeah. And Rennie Matua's got to come back into that team somewhere, and that's my job, isn't it? I'd rather have them headaches when we're playing well and players are trying to push into the team rather than leaving players out because of poor performances. So that's where we want to be, and it's taken us a while to get here, but it's a tough job, but that's why I'm here.
Is there a chance he'll play next week?
Well, there's a good chance here. We'll see how he is when he lands. We're hoping he's here by Wednesday, definitely Thursday. We'll just see what shape he's in and I think he's ready. He's been training over there, so he should be ready to jump in the team, and we'll see how he goes.
Andy, thanks for your time.
No worries, thank you.
On the match today, Alex Foster. Alex, a great performance.
Yeah, it was a really great performance by the lads. I thought we pulled together really well, and it was great to do it at home, especially in front of this lot. We've had a few tough ones here to start the year off, but glad we've pulled together now, and obviously kick on from here.
You've not missed a game this year for the Rovers. How are you enjoying playing in this team?
Oh, absolutely loving it. I mean, I take it as a big thing in its own that I've not missed a game. There's a lot of competitiveness within the positions in this squad. Obviously with Jamie Cordin, Rennie Matua playing really well as well. Just loving to being around the squad, fighting for my position, and playing with the lads because they're all a great set of lads. Really enjoying it.
44-0 at half-time. What did Andy say to you at half-time? Because obviously in the back of such a dominating performance, it must be difficult to keep that going in the second half.
Yeah, he was just re-emphasising the point that we'd made in the first half. We'd been completing, been playing well, been running out our sets, not knocking the ball on, which gave us a lot more ball and gave us the ability to do what we wanted to do with the ball, which we haven't had in past games. The emphasis on was to really be resilient second half, go out, keep them scoreless, keep doing what we did, and in the end the boys stuck together and did that.
How are you enjoying playing with the players who've got in the squad, the likes of Paul Wood and Paul Sykes? Is it helping your game as well?
Oh, definitely, 100%. Players like Paul Sykes, Paul Wood, Carves, Rennie Matua, they bring an absolute wealth of experience, helping me out in the forwards, especially the three that I mentioned, and also Paul Sykes is bringing a lot to the back line. It's been really good for myself and a lot of the other younger lads. I know have definitely benefited from that as well.
Man of the match today, you've been named that by both the sponsors and by ourselves. Does it give you a lot of pride to know that you've been, the sponsors are recognising your performances in that way?
Yeah, definitely, especially today because there could have been a lot of people that were man of the match today. I know Cordo went over for 2. Jai Hitchcock's had a fantastic game as well. That's only to name a few. So really did fill me with a lot of pride to hear my name come up on the announcement.
One of the things I've noticed about your game is you're very strong on defence. Is that key? Is that an area of the game which you've worked on a lot at Leeds?
Yeah, I mean we've been at Leeds and obviously London last year. I've done a lot of defending, especially last year at London. It's probably one of the best assets that I bring to the team. The thing is, you can also work the other way as well, doing a bit too much defence, not quite getting involved enough in attack. I think it's shown a few times, so it's something that I need to probably balance out a bit more. But I feel like I'm getting there, and obviously showing today that I've got a bit more of an attacking game on me as well. What
are you able to learn from Andy Hay? Obviously, you've come here to 3 years' experience before being at Leeds next year.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot from Andy Hay, him being a back rower in his day as well. He knows the position inside out. He's been fantastic for me. I've talked to him after matches throughout the week, and he's really just helped me pick up little things in my game which I can improve to become a better player, which has really helped me, and I've seen some big improvements whilst playing here at Feathersone.
Have you got a message for the fans? Obviously, you're becoming a bit of an unsung hero amongst the Rovers fans.
Yeah, I just want to thank them for coming out today. Obviously, it's been a bit tough here in the last few matches. I think they've been fantastic today and fantastic all previous weeks as well. I'd like to thank him for identifying me as the man of the match as well, and to keep supporting us, because I feel like we've got a lot more in our locker, a lot more to bring, and a lot more to push for that top 4 and get into Super League.
It's going to be a tough match next week down at London. You're looking forward to that?
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Definitely one for me. Obviously, knowing that place inside out, it'll be a great test and a chance to put things right, because it was a very disappointing game here when we played London. So definitely looking forward to that one.
Alex, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.